Welcome to our Republic Matters podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Johnny.
And we are your hosts for tonight. And this is episode number 105. And we're going to be talking about red light therapy. And it's not what you think. And we did our own research as well. So we'll be kind of going through some of that, what we discovered. And I actually purchased one of the red light panels. So I wanted to do a bunch of research to basically want to know how to use it and what positions you should be in and what you should treat and how long and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, we'll go into it.
I think this is an intriguing subject though, Chris, and one reason why is because a few weeks ago, Trump put out a Truth Social post that mentioned med beds. Well, then they took it down. Because I wonder why they put it up and then why did they take it down. But, we talked about med beds before and, trying to figure out how they work. Well, maybe this is one of the ways they work. So I think it's a very interesting subject.
Yeah, I think so too. I wondered the same thing, why did he put that video up? Because it talked about some miraculous type healings or for the potential for med beds. Then he took it down. And some people will call this red light stuff, they will refer to it as med beds. Even though I guess it's not technically, at least not the definition of what you normally think of a med bed, because you think of that as a wide range of healing.
Right. And plus, this, from what we've seen from him, you can do targeted treatment with this red light therapy, depending on the instrument that you use. Whereas I think a med bed, you just crawl into that thing. It's like a tanning bed. So, anyway, that's the way I think about it. But I think it's very interesting, and we'll probably have some more on this later as you continue your experimentation with yours.
Yeah, definitely. So what is red light therapy? So red light therapy, also called near infrared light therapy, uses safe, low levels of red and near infrared light to gently energize your body's cells. The light is absorbed by parts of your cells within the mitochondria, which acts like tiny power plants, helping them produce more energy called ATP. And this boost in energy can help cells work better, reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and support healing and recovery in the body. And so how does it work? When red and near infrared light hits your skin, the light particles called photons are absorbed by parts of your cells, mainly the mitochondria, which acts like little energy factories. This helps your cells make ATP more efficiently and can also reduce some of the harmful byproducts your body naturally creates. And number two, red light therapy also sends signals that can calm inflammation, improve blood flow, and support healing. These effects can help tissues repair faster, ease pain, and in some cases, even encourage hair growth. And so I'm not going to read all of this on this slide, but these are just some of the real benefits of red light therapy. So, and of course, the video talked about wound healing. Then you have skin repair, improving the texture of the skin and quality. Also, hair loss, pattern baldness is one of the benefits, and then muscle performance, recovery, and pain support. And there are a number of studies that validate these benefits. And this is just another slide where I pulled some data. So the ones in red are supported by solid evidence and also the FDA. So skin health, we talked about, reduction in wrinkles and aging, collagen density improvement. And you've got pain and inflammation, wound healing, and then hair growth. Hair growth works for some, but it takes longer for hair growth to see results of hair growth. And then the last three are sort of unsettled, emerging, or no evidence at all backing them, like brain and mood, cancer. So far, there's no evidence that red light therapy cures cancer. And then weight loss. Some of the manufacturers of these red light therapy devices will say weight loss is a benefit, but so far the evidence is a little bit shaky on that. And so a couple of things where the evidence is promising but mixed. Again, this is another set of research that I pulled. So skin rejuvenation, wrinkles, texture, acne. So there's been some small trials that suggest there's benefits for skin tone and collagen synthesis and acne reduction. And then there was a study about neurological uses, improving the mood, cognitive function, and neuroprotection. So these are kind of still emerging, depending on, what source you use as a research. And then there's also, of course, we just talked about this a little bit, but there's claims that are sort of overstated or lack general evidence. Again, talking about curing cancer, the broad longevity or anti-aging miracles, and then, of course, claims that any cheap device will produce these will match the results from a clinic lasers. So some of the things like the dose, the wavelength, irradiance, and the device quality also matter in terms of trying to match up your own personal results to these successful trials. And then these are just some of the variables that have impact to the study, or why different study results vary. The wavelength, whether you're using the red light versus the NIR, the irradiance, dose, too little does nothing, too much is counterproductive. The time and frequency, how much you use the device, how often, how long, and then the device type and quality. So a home device isn't going to have the power that a medical or medical device would have, right? Or the type of devices used in some of these studies. And this is just sort of a recap. The red light typically is at 620 to 660 nanometers, and the near red light, the NIR, is typically the 810 and above nanometers. And so the red light is typically at the shallow level for skin type benefits, and it penetrates, I think, 4 millimeters is what I've heard or read. So again, primary benefits: boost collagen, reduce wrinkles, improve tone, heals wounds. And then the near infrared, which is the invisible light, the 810 to 850 nanometers, it penetrates deeper into the muscles, down to 100 millimeters, I believe. Reduces inflammation, enhances recovery, cognitive support, and mitochondrial health. And so some general safety tips. So red light therapy is generally considered safe. Everything I've read, I don't think there's any permanent side effects. Everything is just temporary if you get any, and normally it's around blisters and burns or eye irritation, typically from misused or overly powerful devices. And so eye protection. So for red light therapy, the eye protection is not required, but for NIR, it is required. But even for red light, I wouldn't stare directly at the device, for your entire treatment time. I don't think that's recommended. Or if you use in both modes, if you turn the red light and the NIR mode at the same time, you want to use the eye protection. And then also, any medications can make you more sensitive to light, right? A lot of antibiotics make your skins more sensitive to sunlight. And also if you're pregnant or if you're cancer patients should also check with their doctor first before using the device. And then this is just kind of I pulled this from, I think, ChatGPT, but this is kind of an expected timeline for various benefits using either the red light or the red light plus the NIR. So generally it said 6 to 12 weeks for skin and anti-aging benefits. 6 months for any improvements in your hair thickness and scalp. And then muscle recovery is generally 3 to 6 weeks, and cognitive energy mood 3 to 4 weeks. Of course, everybody's different, so that could be less, it could be longer than, this approximate time. Any questions so far, Johnny, from anything you want to interject? So with that said, this is the device that I purchased from Best Cool. This is a Pro 300. It's considered their full body panel. And so I wanted the device that you could treat your whole body and not you would be limited just to a certain part, because I wanted to kind of test everything to see what got benefits and what didn't. So this is what I purchased, and so far I'm on my 12th week of using it. So I don't know, I feel pretty good, but not quite determined yet how much of the benefits I'm seeing, but I'm going to keep using it, and hopefully we'll have more results to report later on. But there's a QR code there that can take you to the manufacturer if you want to check them out. You can also do your own research, and you can, Google various manufacturers, and the devices come in all shapes and sizes. So there's some that are just a mask that you can wear. And you've got wands, and you've got small panels, and you've got little mats you can lay on. There's one it's like a blanket you can crawl under and zip yourself up. So there's all sorts of different devices depending on what you're looking for from different manufacturers. And yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
I was just going to say, now, when you started your research on this, I remember you mentioning that you found some establishments in the local area that offered red light treatments. What type of establishments were there, and are they common or?
So the place I went to was like a general wellness type business, and so they offered a variety of treatments. They had the red lights, but they were more of like the little panels you put on, different parts of your body. But they offered cryogenic. They offered the parabolic chamber, which is like an oxygen chamber you can crawl into. They had a red sauna. So they had various treatments, and I think it was like $250 a month, but you could mix and match what treatment you wanted, and you could go up to like 4 times a day or something. But yeah, there a lot of some chiropractors will offer the red light treatment for pain, and then some beauty type salons will offer like the skincare part of it, to help with skin. So it's becoming more common, I think.
So I guess if you don't want to buy a device, you just want to try it out, you can find some place in the local area to expose yourself to the product.
Definitely, yeah. And like I said, different manufacturers make different types of products. It also kind of depends on what your budget is and what target area you're really looking for. Some of the panels were really expensive, so I found one that was in the cheaper range, I guess, a little more reasonable, because I wanted to kind of just try it out and see if it worked or not. But I think that bed that was in the video, I've seen some of those, and they're like really expensive. Probably like, I want to say it was like over $10,000, the one I saw.
Wow.
But yeah, it's very interesting, and I think there is some tie-in with the med beds, I think, to some degree, or at least from an alternative treatment standpoint. I believe there are things out there that work that the cabal doesn't want us to, deep state doesn't want us to be using, in big pharma. So.
Well, at least you can find information on this. We found it difficult to find anything we could put our fingers on the med beds, or something that was, a simple presentation. Try to gain some knowledge of those things. So, like I said, maybe this is the intro to it. We'll see.
Yeah, and of course the FDA has approved some of these devices depending on the manufacturer. Some of them are registered, some of them are approved for different treatments. So there is, for what it's worth, there is some science or governmental support for some of the healing. So it's not like completely hokey, treatment.
It makes you wonder how they're getting that past the pharmaceutical companies. They'll be buying them out. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Very interesting, Chris. I look forward to learning more about this as time goes on.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. We can do a follow-up at some point on the red light treatment. Maybe talk through some different manufacturers.
Sounds good to me.
Well, with that said, I guess we can kind of wrap up and hope folks enjoyed the podcast.
Yep. We'll see you next time. I'm signing out from Opelika, Alabama.
And I'm signing out from Opelika. And please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the podcast. And we'll catch you on the next one.